A review for Drop, directed by Christopher Landon. A widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. So this came out this year, and let's see what its budget was. And 11 million, it made 27.7 million. So I didn't think the movie was terrible, but I don't know, it's one of those movies you've just seen it like a bunch of times. She's on this date, she keeps getting these messages on her phone, and they're airdropped in, so anyone in the vicinity could be doing it. It doesn't give you the number or anything. And this movie has a lot of her on her phone, her going through different apps, her looking at apps. Like, she has cameras all over her house, which I'm not sure is a good idea, but okay. Like, all over the house she has cameras. It's revealed that she had a husband who abused her, and one night he's got a gun to her. He's gonna kill the kid, he's gonna kill her. Let's just say he deletes himself, and the family of the guy suspects her. This is gonna be all spoilers. I thought the movie was mediocre. I wasn't really that into it. There are some parts that are, it's well shot, it's well acted. Megan Fahey does a good job. Brandon Skellner does a good job. Is that the guy on the date? Yeah, and he really looks like a Hemsworth. He really does, but I guess he's not. And she's on this date, and yeah, and then this guy's giving her instructions, and you know, you gotta do this. They want to change tables. No, you can't change tables. You can't tell the guy what's happening. You know, now do this, now do that. A little bit like Die Hard 3 with Simon Says. You gotta kind of embarrass yourself. And then she sees, and it's texted or airdropped. Check out your video cam system inside your house, your security system. She does. There's a guy in the house with a mask. He's got a gun. He knocks out her sister, who is babysitting for her, and then he locks the kid in the room, and it's like, do what we say or we kill the kid. So eventually she is in the bathroom, and she's trying to give secret messages to people saying, call the cops, because it's like, why doesn't she just call the cops? Well, he's like monitoring her phone. He's like, you know, he says he's cloned her phone, and he's in her phone, and she has to do these tasks for him. She suspects that maybe it's the date. He's a photographer who also takes photographs for the mayor and other political figures, like official photographs. And when she's in the bathroom, she's trying to tell these girls what's going on, but of course there's cameras everywhere, and he has access to all these cameras, and whoever's texting her just seems like this basically omnipotent entity that is, you know, incredibly smart, always, like the guy says, 2 steps ahead. You know, I'm watching every moment, you know, and she's told to get this vial of poison and to give it to her date. And then she's like, you know, I've never killed anyone. And then they're like, yeah, you have. And that's a reference to her husband, because they weren't sure the family didn't believe what happened to him, and now they want revenge, basically. And this is all revealed, by the assassin who's in the restaurant. Basically, it's a two-man team, one in the restaurant and one in the house. And you need to drop the name of the movie. Drop this vial of poison in his shot glass, because they're getting red wine. The date's not going well because she keeps being on her phone and acting very weird and strange, and this guy is very nice and understanding. A little too much, I think, because, like, I don't know. But then at one point, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna leave because it's obvious something's going on. You're distracted. It sounds like your kid needs you. He's very nice about it, but he's like, I'm just gonna leave. But then she's like, no, please don't, because that'll anger the assassin. So she convinces him to continue the date by making out with him. And if you can tell, it's just, I don't know, it's just something about this movie, like, it's just bland, kind of. And I've seen this kind of thing before. Like the scene with Neo in the first Matrix, when Morpheus is telling him to go here, okay, go here, duck down, go here, go here. It's like a little bit like that in Die Hard 3 and some other movies. And yeah, I just kind of seen it before. It's PG-13. It's a thriller. It's Blumhouse. So it's, it's kind of got that generic feeling. But a part that I was like, okay, where is this going? I want to see who the assassin is, because I'll be honest, I didn't guess who it is, because I don't think there's many hints about it, because everyone's on their phone, of course, because it's the modern time. Everyone's on their phone in the restaurant. They're like, is it this lady? Is it this guy? Is it, is it who is it? And finally it's revealed that it's this guy who earlier, he's a little bit older guy, and earlier he was talking to her about how this is a first blind date for him, and then later on in the date, and then she's with, Megan Fahey's with Brandon Skellner, and the assassin is with this other woman, and then she, like, I think slaps the guy, and she's like, you're a terrible date. I think she says, how dare you? And, spoilers, this guy's Reed Diamond. That's his name. And it's revealed that he's the assassin, and he's been hired by the family of her ex-husband for revenge, basically. And okay, another problem I have is they're seeking revenge on her, but they're like, the guy's like, we're gonna kill your kid, but wouldn't the kid be the grandchild of the parents of her ex-husband? So they're just willing to kill their grandkid? Okay, it doesn't make any sense to me, but all right. And then he's sitting at the table. He gets the assassin and Megan Fahey, and they get this dessert delivered. And she's already supposedly put the poison in the shot glasses. And he's telling her, you have to, give this shot to your date. And she doesn't really want to do it, of course. And then she walks over with the 2 shot glasses to the assassin, because she finally guesses who it is. And then the guy slips up, and this, how she guesses is the guy slips up and says her name, Violet. She's like, I never told you my name. So he's like, okay, you guessed it, but you're still gonna have to do what I want, because, one phone call and your kid's dead, and your sister's dead. I can see, but them killing the kid, it's like, isn't that their grandkid? I don't know if that makes sense. And And then this guy is so smart, he's on top of everything. You know, he's incredibly smart. He says, I'm 2 steps ahead, which he was this whole time. He's been playing her like a fiddle. And then her date, Brandon Skellner, comes over, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then he's like, "Hey, why don't you two take a shot of the tequila?" And he doesn't really want to, but they convince him. So then she takes the shot. He takes his shot, which supposedly has the poison in it. But guess what? It doesn't. Because then right after that, he goes back to his table, and she's like, "I'll meet you there in a minute." And she says to him, like, "Okay, please call the assassin and tell him it's over." And then he does, which is dumb. And then he's eating this dessert, and then she basically reveals, "Oh, you just thought that I put the poison in the shot, but I didn't. I actually dropped it in your dessert, which you didn't see magically, and also you magically didn't see me putting poison in the shot either." You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like the script needs this guy to be incredibly intelligent until it needs him to be incredibly stupid, and it's just such a lazy crutch for a movie to do. A lot of people like this movie. A lot of people like the director, Christopher Landon. I mean, to be fair to him, he wrote Hard Eyes. Okay, I wasn't that into that movie either, but that's probably better than this, though. I don't know, he directed Happy Death Day 2, Freaky, We Have a Ghost, Drop. This is the only movie of his I've seen. He did write Hard Eyes, which I reviewed. He wrote a bunch of Paranormal Activity movies. So he's written a lot. But, yeah. So... And then the assassin gets angry, and he's... because he just drank poison. And he pulls a gun out. And he starts chasing her throughout the restaurant. And of course she's able to defeat him, even though he's this incredibly, supposedly intelligent assassin, highly trained. And she's able to pretty easily defeat him with the help of Brandon Skellner and the bartender. And then the window breaks, and he basically gets sucked out the window and dies. But before he does, he calls the guy in the house again, saying, "I'll actually kill them." So then, and of course, all this happens. She's able to get back to her house and defeat the assassin, who also this entire time has been incredibly intelligent, the assassin at the house, until the script needs him not to be. And then he's dumb, because and then he's fighting the sister. She slashes his leg. He shoots her, but he shoots her in the arm, and he assumes she's dead, but of course she's not dead. It's just so obvious, and it's like, you shoot her in the arm, and I like instantly when he did that, I was like, I bet she's alive, and she is. And then her and Megan Fahey basically defeat the other assassin, kill him, and it's pretty much the movie. So yeah, it's not a terrible movie. It's not the worst ever. Some of the scenes until the assassin starts acting pretty dumb are pretty good. It's a decent whodunit, but then, like I said, I think it falls apart in the end. But yeah, I don't know. Just a few thoughts. Anyways, Drop. It's only like an hour and a half, so it's not that long, you know. But let me know if you've seen it, if you enjoyed it or not. I just wasn't that into it. I didn't hate the movie, but like I said, I don't think you can defend those problems with the script in the end. Like, I really don't. So, but yeah, that's about it though.